Okay, let's see if it's better now. Hey, Mama Vet 41. Is it? Hey, just read my book. Am I still choppy? Is my sound better? Uh, you guys, I'm sorry I had to start over again. Thank you for coming back. If you're in the clouds, thank you for coming back. Please let me know if my sound is doing okay. Now I can't believe I had to start this video over. I don't know what be going on with StreamYard sometimes. Oh, thank you. Just read my book. Thank you so much. Anyway, since we're doing okay now, this is round two. Child, I was about on a roll, but I'm glad y'all let me know that my sound was messing up at first. Thank you so much, because nobody wants to be in the middle of a video, and the sound miss. Hey, Cosmic Girl, thank you for putting the title of my video in there. Child, this is my second time, Cosmic Girl. I had to start all over again. I can't believe I did that. I was like, oh my god, but it wasn't me. It was the sound. But thank y'all for letting me know that y'all can hear me a lot better, right? And so anyway, please hit the like button. Please share the video if you care. This is try number two. Okay. Um, I was saying before, happy hump day. You didn't get my first notification. Well, I'm glad you got it this time, Cosmic Girl. Y'all please hit the like button, share the video if you care. I'm sorry I had to start over again. Cosmic Girl didn't even see me the first time, so I'm glad she saw me this time. Hey to everybody in the clouds. Okay, we got some things to talk about on this hump day. Like I was saying before, we are halfway through the work week. We are going barreling towards the weekend. Okay, that's what we're doing. Well, honey, we got some things to talk about today. So since I wasted all that time on the first video trying to get my audio together when I should have just started all over again in the first place, honey, let me get right into it. Right. So we had some action from the old beef sector. I'm like, oh, okay. Now let me tell you, I don't know how this started. Now I don't know who threw the first blow when it comes between TrezurLane and QB, but honey, I don't know how this first blow started, right? But I did hear Fi Babe say that I wasn't saying nothing about James and he started on me. You know what I mean? So I'm assuming, I could be wrong, that he threw the first blow. Thank you, AK. Thank you for letting me know, and thank you for coming back, okay? Thank you so much for coming back. I hate that I had to start over, but like I said, I don't know how this old beef reignited again, right? See, the thing about the old beef sector is, um, the beefs are organic. You know what I mean? So if you don't understand the nuances, like if you may be new to the sector, you don't understand the old past stories. You don't understand the past beef. But the most important thing is this is not a storyline. This is not a play. It is original beef, right? It is original beef sector content, right? And the original beef sector beefs have been going on forever, right? And so, the beef sector organic beefs are much better. Yeah, they are much better than a fake 2.0 beefs question, because you know why? Because they're authentic, you know. And so, if you would have been listening to TrezurLane and Fi and QB, you will know that these beefs have history, right? They are not lie trolling, or this is a beef commentary coming from the way that they see things, right? And of course, everybody gonna have opposing views. If you didn't have opposing views, it wouldn't be beef, right? And so these beef stems, they spanned, from years and years ago, right? Y'all please hit the like button. Please share the video if you can, right? So anyway, I got the first video I saw, because I had to backtrack, right? The first video that I saw, oh, hey, Stomp Down Grandma's Chat, just wanted to let you know that I always tweak during your introduction. Please continue. Oh, thank you, Stomp Down. And so the first, like I said, when it comes to this reignited beef, this activated beef, I like when the old beef sector pop their head out. It doesn't always happen, but every once in a while it will happen. Now, the first OB sector content that I talked about, I thought I talked about him yesterday, was Sean Bradley. Sean Bradley did an interview with Jay Dunn, right? Now I don't know. Hey, Miss Sandra, how you doing? So that happened. Very good interview. Something for the OB sector content for the OB sector people to talk about it. Jay Dunn ended up not appreciating it, from what I understand. And she didn't appreciate Sean Bradley saying what the new content creators, some of them, look for, they seek acceptance, and I think that's what set her ass off. You know what I mean? And so, yeah. A question said 2.0 be talking about how to get money, yeah, from the subscribers while the B sector bill. That's right. That's right. That's right. Honey, it was to the gods in the OB sector, okay? It was the child. Hey, Dream with Brain. How you won't believe? I listened to your part one and two Sansa Ray commentary. Yes, you listened to my Sansa Ray commentary yesterday. Oh, that must be a Did I talk? What did I talk about Sansa Ray last week or the week before or something like that? About her faking her death a couple of times. Yeah, it was something like that. Anyway, uh, so the beef has been reignited. Like I said, I heard Sean Bradley first, right? Now I don't know if James said something about them first, or if they said something about James first, right? Oh, it's yours. Oh, you went down the thing and found one. Oh, okay. Thank you, girl. Thank you for listening to the old content. I appreciate it, right? And so, but I heard QB's video first, right? I heard QB's video first, then I had to backtrack, right? Your old commentary is on the timelines. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is, Dreamer Brain. Some of those older videos is the shit, okay? Because it was about organic beef. Okay, y'all, please hit the like button. Please share the video if you can, right? So, anyway, no problem. So, uh, I heard QB's video first, right? And I had to backtrack, right? And he was talking about James. He was talking about commentary that was given in the past. He was talking about he never would have had to call him creepy if James there would have been talking about Five Babe's child. Uh, now I remember, was it the other day when James was talking about? No, it was somebody talking about the cleanup, right? So we know that the cleanup, James even said the cleanup started when you started going back and forth with Five Babe, right? Now, so, and I mentioned that, was it yesterday, I believe, because I heard somebody talking about Five Babe and TrezurLane, but it didn't sound right because you don't understand the nuance. Oh, it was the binary guy. He mentioned it, right? But he was being messy, but he sounded stupid because if you don't understand the history of the beef, then and you ain't did no research, then you're gonna come across sounding stupid to those of us that were around then, right? So anyway, I was listening to QB and he was going in, you know, and it was a lot going on, right? I won't go down all the list of things, but the thing that QB kept talking about was the fact that he felt like, the reason why he started calling TrezurLane creepy is because TrezurLane kept in his mind he was obsessing over Five Babe's daughter, right? And so, hey, Ronnie, thanks for coming back, love. Thanks for coming back. Y'all, please hit the like button. Share the video if you could, right? So, anyway, he talked about that. So, after he talked about that, I ran over to James' channel, to TrezurLane's channel, and I saw TrezurLane had done 3 videos. I was like, wow. So, let me read about through these videos, Chad, right? So, the first one I saw had a Santa Claus, a real creepy weird Santa Claus on there, right? And of course, he's talking about the past, and like I said, I don't know how this old beef resurfaced. You know what I mean? He was talking about that, and on one of the videos, he was talking about when Five Babe, when she just did her, 45 days with 45 hours, I believe, with the babe. He talked about the fact that she went on Nika's channel, and she was talking to everybody, and James popped on the link, and he was like, "Well, you don't even like Nika," and and all this. She was just trying. He felt like she was just trying to promote her, promote her trip or whatever. I liked Fication. It wasn't boring. Like like for example, and I ain't throwing no shade. Like we know that Ness-Cation, the first one was really boring, and they were in Vegas. You know what I mean? So he felt like you don't even like Nika, and you just went on her channel to promote your Fication, right? Five Babes Fication, 45 hours with the babe. It was very entertaining. It seemed like they had a real good time. You know what I mean? To me, in my opinion, it was a real good time, right? Hey, Red Vines. Question said Trezur was trying to reach for other beef sector content creators to help him fight Five Babe. Yesterday, he kept trying to throw Rick Reed in the beef with Five. Is that well? I mean, you know what I mean? You can't tell people how to fight. You know how that go, right? So anyway, he was talking about that, but a lot of us back in the day got into it. I heard Five Baby's video, and she said she was fighting everybody at the same damn time. Now that's the truth. We went back and forth a good little minute, okay, a good little minute, okay, for a very long time, and it was organic because y'all know people don't like my commentary. That's just how it is, right? And so, but we went back and forth. I don't hold grudges. You know what I mean? And some stuff that went on in the beef sector back then, um, people just can't let go of. I'm just the type of person that don't hold grudges. I've been talking about, how you can't get too invested in these situations. You know what I mean? But for some of these beefs, they are so deep that people have absolutely gotten invested, and they are to the death, right? Like for example, James was talking about, how Five Babe, called people on him. Five Babe said, he called people on her, and she done asked the group 10 to activate, and they're gonna have a Zoom meeting. You know what I mean? And I hope they just keep on going back and forth because, like I said, the beef is organic, and just like people kept talking about the first Vegas trip for years, right? So some of these trips back in the day were very memorable, right? And as opposed to the trips today, so far have been easily forgotten because they weren't interested. Like the TrezurLane, the Vegas trip with Sean Bradley, Trezur, and Nika, honey, what came out of that was a whole forever battle, right? I was like, Lord have mercy, child. And he said that one thing QB did say, the good old days, the beef is back. Yeah, right, Red Vines. One thing that he did say, I got a good kiki out of that. I ain't choosing. I am not. Y'all know I just do my commentary, right? But QB got me when he said that he called James creepy, and creepy outlasted Gator Croc because we know James is the first one that started calling Nika Gator Croc, right? And he said creepy, outlasted Gator Croc. The term Gator Croc, I was like, child, if they, if they don't stop, child, Demetra came back too. Oh, I didn't see that. I'm gonna have to check her out. Oh, so now she wants to admit there's a group 10 laughable in your Quani boy. You a mess for that. Yes, has Quani popped her head back out? Because like I said, we done seen Sean Bradley over here. Now we got the Trezur, QB, and Five Thing. You said Demetra popped out. Child, we wait for Quani to pop out. If that's the case, okay. All right. Child. And don't let the old beef sector drama get reignited. You know what I mean? Because for a whole lot of the new people, they have no idea of what went on back then. So yeah, it'll be very interesting for them. You know what I mean? It's interesting to me because it's organic beef. All right. Because I was back there for a lot of it. I remember Five Baby saying, now I'm absolutely not a OG. When I came over here, the people that were beefing, and we know that. Oh, and by the way, we know that what's his name? Oh Lord, we know Jay Wilson ain't went nowhere, right? To be honest, Miss O, I think most people are completely over the five Vargas. Vargas? Who is Vargas? J Dummy beef. It has been completely run into the ground. At this, in my opinion, I'm just saying. Well, yeah, for us old folks, you can say it was running the ground, stomped down. But for the new people, they don't know nothing about it, right? And we know that history seems to change over time, especially when new people get to talking about it, and that's what make the OB sector have to come and stand up, to correct the record, right? Because people will try to put their spin on something just because they weren't there. And they may have heard a little bit about it, but they didn't do their research, right? And nobody wants to hear some new person's version of what happened back then, And so, yeah, VS read the video. She's, oh, okay. And so, yeah, right, AK, nobody wants to hear, a reimagined, version of OB, right? That is crazy how this and lemon beef instantly stopped trending once Fine James started beefing. Well, you know why? Because that is original beef sector. It is organic beef. That is why. Okay? And like I said, those beefs are to the death, And so, yeah. I'm praying hard for Demetra. Oh, no. How you know that Kentucky Red? How you know she doing that again? Why you say that? I'm gonna have to go listen to her. So I'm gonna have to say allegedly because I haven't heard. Oh my goodness, really? Prayers up for Demetra. Oh y'all for real? She started. How y'all know she started drinking again? I hope that's not true. Oh, she said it on her live. She came on live and said it. Oh my goodness, Demetra. Demetra did a live yesterday. She said she relapsed. Well, that's all right, Demetra. That's all right, baby. You can always start over again. You can start over from day one. I hope that you will go back to the AA meetings. And like I said, people can be her live got. Oh no! Somebody p bombed her live. Are you kidding me? I hate that. But that's all right, Demetra. If you hear this, baby, you can always start over again. Relapse is a part of addiction. But prayer truly changes things. That's right, day by day, one day at a time. I'm wondering where does Ness rank now that the B sector OGs are back fighting. Child, yeah, she'll be okay. She's strong. Oh my God. Oh, yeah, she'll bounce back. She's a strong woman. Yeah, and prayer changes things. You know what I mean? And it's the reason why in the AA they say one day at a time. You know what I mean? But you can always get back up again. Like the song says, you can get back. We fall down, but we can get up, you know. And so yeah. Child. Anyway, y'all threw me off my game right there. The prayers up for Demetria. Exactly, Sandra. I'm praying for you, girl. One day at a time, one day at a time. One day at a time. She'll be all right. Demetria's strong, she's smart. And ain't no telling what spiraled her out of control. We are all a work in progress. You know what I mean, Kentucky Red? We are all a work in progress. When it comes to me, one ass ain't no better than the other one. We all don't do the same things, but we are all a work in progress. We are perfectly imperfect people. You know what I mean? And if you find somebody and they think they perfect, you might want to get the hell out of the way of that person because there's something the hell wrong with them, okay? Because we are all perfectly imperfect and we are all a work in progress, and it's real, and I'm not being messy about that. I mean that. Now y'all done changed my whole goddamn video. Lord have mercy, because now I'm worried about Demetra. Hey, Grandma. Oh my God. Yeah, she gonna be fine. Absolutely. She done came too far, you know? But you can always get back up again. You know, God is good. Life is hard, but God is good all the time, and so yeah. And so yeah, Demetria is not back on drugs but told her testimony yesterday. and struggles. Yeah, they said she said she. I didn't even hear that video. I didn't even know she came on and said that. But I know she can get back up again. You know, like the song goes. Y'all done heard that song. We fall down, but we get up. For a saint is just a sinner who fell down and got back up. You know, and that's a word right there. You know, my goodness. Yeah, but she'll be back on the square again. Like you said, just read my book. She'll be fine. We all fall short in some way or another. We all fall short of the glory of God, okay? It ain't always got to be about drugs and alcohol or anything like that, but we all fall short in some way because we are not a perfect people. And that's just real. I talk my ish. You know what I mean? I would drag your ass through the mud, but y'all know, y'all can tell the difference when I'm being real. And right now I'm being real and I ain't being shady. And like I said, we are all perfectly imperfect people. Hey, Kimberly Black, you know, that's right. Turn it all over to the Lord. Mm-mm-mm. Well, I heard Shakim hit his channel. But let me get back to the commentary. But y'all please hit the like button. Please share the video. Demetra girl, you going to be all right. I'm praying for you. Take your butt back to them AA meetings. Okay? Get your first chip and hold your head up high and start your ass back over again. That's all you got to do, baby. That's right. You got to keep the faith. Because you know what the funny thing about faith is, I'm glad you said that, Jill, because we know that faith without works is death, right? Meaning we all have to work. You know, we have to work for the glory of God, for the grace. You know, that's part of having faith. The reason why you got faith is because you need faith to get you to the bad times, right? You need faith to push you towards grace. You know what I mean? My niece told me yesterday, we were talking about skeletons in the closet, right? And I'm gonna get back to my commentary. Hey, soul sister. But she was saying, I was like, I got skeletons in my closet. I got some stuff in my closet that I'm gonna take to my grave. You know what I mean? And she was like, Auntie Libby, you know you ain't an angel. I said, no, baby. I'm not an angel. I'm the righteous. There's a difference, but I am not an angel. Okay? Because we all fall short. I don't have to be an angel to be a Christ follower, but I do have to be righteous. Okay? And I have to stand on the strength that I know that there is a God Almighty, and I know for a fact that there's a God, not because somebody told me, not because I read a book about it. I know, and I'm just giving y'all my testimony. I know that there is a God, because if it wasn't for Him, I wouldn't be partially in my right mind, and I absolutely wouldn't be sitting here today. So I know that there is a God because He is truly moved in my life, and that is my testimony. Okay? But like I told my niece, don't get it twisted. I am not an angel, honey. Your auntie is not an angel, okay? But I am righteous. So when I say we all fall short, that includes me, okay? That includes me. Absolutely. I have never come on here and try to act like some people say I'm self-righteous. I'm not self-righteous because I talk too much shit to be self-righteous, okay? But because I know there's a God for sure in my life, I can't be fucking moved. Period. That's why I'm not impressed by somebody that bleed red like me. You don't fucking impress me. Sorry. But anyway, I done got off my I done got the look y'all done took my commentary somewhere else. Child. Ghetto wants lemon for himself, says, hey Miss O, I'm sorry, but Demetra has done horrible things to people calling. Well, I don't. We're not even. I'm talking about grace and mercy. That's what I'm talking about. You know, I'm talking about grace and mercy. I'm not talking about beef. I'm talking about, like I mentioned it yesterday, when it comes to the Matrix, right? When it comes to the Matrix, I don't know. Y'all know I love the Matrix movies, right? You know, when it comes to the Matrix, you can live in the Matrix, which you can live in a fantasy world, right? Or you can live in the core matrix, right? In the core matrix is your actual reality, right? At the core of the matrix is your actual reality, right? And so sometimes I'm living in a when I'm being shady and I'm roasting, I'm gagging, you know what I mean? I'm in the matrix, right? But when I'm talking like this, I'm talking about the core, right? And the core is the grace and mercy and glory of the Most High Creator, right? And we are all perfectly imperfect people. You know, me, number one, I'm at the head of the damn class, okay? But like I said, I ain't got to be perfect. I damn sure ain't got to be an angel, okay? But I am righteous, okay? Anyway, thank you all for joining me. Let me get back. Let me get back. Let me get back. Anyway, I'm praying for you, Demetra. I said all that to say that we always strive daily for God's grace and mercy, right? That's what I got to say about that. But anyway, move right along, move right along. Let me get petty again. Let me get petty. Okay, y'all got me off my got me off my petty game and threw me into reality real quick. Okay. I wasn't ready for reality. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to do that, right? You know, but anyway, uh oh, no problem, Kentucky Red. Thank you for telling me about it. Thank you for letting me know because I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that at all. But if I can say a word or something that Demetra or anybody that's going through that, can hear, is that you got to have faith in the Lord and you got to do the work, and you doing the work and you having faith so you can get to the grace and mercy part. Okay, that's the part you want to get to, the grace and mercy, because the grace and mercy is what's going to lift you up, lift you up out of your condition. I done told y'all this one time, and some of y'all old people that's been on here on my channel before. I said that you could be in the middle of a crack house smoking crack, and you could be praising God and thanking God for getting you off that crack pipe, right? Because you having faith that He gonna take that crack pipe up out of your mouth, and so you can be praising Him then, even though you still smoking it. You can start praising Him for getting you off of it. Okay. And that's having faith. And that's working. So you got that bottle up to your mouth, but you can be praying to God and thanking Him right now, because He gonna take that taste up out your mouth. All right? That's what you can be doing. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Child. But anyway, move back to the content, y'all. Back to the content. I'm gonna switch gears. Let me switch my brain back. Cause honey, can't nobody can tell me about the glory of God. Can't nobody tell me about prayer changing things. You know what I mean? Cause when I'm talking about it because I know it's true. Okay? Because like I said, I'm partially in my right mind right now because of the grace and mercy of the Most High Creator. That's my testimony. All right, child. But anyway, prayers with Demetra. Y'all, please hit the like button. Please, how many likes do I have? Am I close to 100 likes? Do I even have 50 likes? Y'all know I'll be striving for 100. So, like I said, the OB sector has been activated. I hope they continue to activate. Um, some things were thrown back and forth. Now, here's my commentary on that. I also wanted to say that, we established a long time ago. Oh, we almost at 50 likes. Thank y'all. We striving for 100. We got 45. Look at God. Uh, One thing I didn't like about the OB sector was, when we have to go to about children, right? And I never liked that, right? But here a couple of months ago, and I never have talked about children in the B sector, but a couple of months ago, I actually had to drag somebody's child because they had the nerve to try to drag my autistic niece, right? And it made me feel bad that I had to do that. But what you're not going to do is talk about mine, and I'm not going to give you a shot back. Okay? I'm not going to do that. We're not going to do that, right? So when it comes to Trezur and Fly and QB, like I said, QB didn't like because James was talking about, Fly's daughter, the pretty Leah, the beautiful Leah. And I guess she is a teenager now, because I didn't even think about it in that context. QB said, Leah is a teenager now. And what if she come on and hear that stuff? Hey, Almighty Isis. And he got a point right there. I ain't gonna lie, he got a point about that, right? So I like the old beef sector to be activated again, but I still don't like the talking about the kids, right? And like I said, I was getting down and dirty with Fire Babe, right? We was going at it, a lot. And I would talk about her mothering skills, but I don't have nothing. The only thing, the most I said about Leah is she's always been a beautiful little girl. You can tell she's always been cared for and spoiled. She's as pretty as she can be. I bet she just sweet as she can be. You know what I mean? And I told Fire Baby at one point in time, because I was critiquing her mothering skills, I said, send that baby on down here to me. Okay, she looked like she could be in my family. All right. And I meant that, right? And then this lady a while ago, a couple of years ago, her and Bless Watkins came on here and said that I called Leah the B word. I was like, bitch, you got me fucked up, right? So they swore up and down, had people behind them. Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, you ain't heard nothing like that. You ain't heard no such a motherfucking thing. But I let them have that. And like I said, if you heard me say the B word, it was a run on sentence, and I was referring to the mom and not the child, right? Because I think that's a pretty little girl. She is beautiful. I didn't even think about her in the context of being a teenager. Because she's still that pretty little girl. Like, to me, my nieces and nephews, not the great ones, but the my nieces and nephews, right? I still think of them as pretty little babies, even though they grown and got their own babies. Okay, they done gave me great nieces and nephews now, right? I don't give a damn if they're 100 years old and I'm 150. They're gonna be still gonna be my pretty little babies. All right, that's the way I'm gonna forever see them, right? And so I don't know questions. We don't know how far it's gonna go. But they went back and forth hot and heavy yesterday. But that's organic beef though. That's not I'm gonna talk about you today and we gonna make up tomorrow. No, that's not a storyline. That's organic beef. That's the difference. Do you see what I'm saying? And a lot of new people around here are not even used to organic beef. They're used to a storyline. But that's the difference, you know. And so yeah, I was in that chat when it happened. Is that right, Red Vines? But anyway, yeah, I really hate that. And Five Baby says she great after activate group 10. I don't know exactly what that is gonna do, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Cause if she activate group 10, then I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna be beefing for a little quick minute, right? And I'm good with it. I don't care who. The only thing I'm not good with is the talk about of the kids still, right? Even though I had to do it to that black gorilla face bitch over there with the hanging skin. But bitch don't come on here talking about my autistic niece, bitch, and think I ain't gonna come for your little ugly bitch. Okay, you got me fucked up. Now I did say that about her and to her and hers, cause that's what you're not gonna do. You got me fucked up. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my soul. And I hated to do that, but nah, 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 nah. And that had never happened to me before. Like for real. But anyway, move right along, move right along. This ain't about me, right? And so, yeah, James and Fire, that beef is good. Okay. But you got to know the origin of it, right? And so the thing I liked about it yesterday is they were giving, the new people the history as it pertains to how the beef got started and why the beef is to the death, right? And I believe that beef is to the death. All right. Now, what I would like to see is Sean Bradley enter into the mix, because we know that Sean Bradley, TrezurLane, nor Five, none of them are QB, none of them get along with one another. We know it's QB and Five against the world. Okay, we know that. Like I said, I was into it with it forever too, right? I don't hold grudges. Uh, my beef did get that sticky. I'm pretty much messy and petty. But as far as getting down and dirty for life, I don't do that. I learned my lesson about that. I told y'all that. I don't, nope, nope, not never again will I get overly invested like that. Why would he bring that back up? I don't know. Well, it is the holiday. Oops, so money is important to buy gifts. I'm glad you said that because that's gonna take me to one of my subjects. I don't know if that's why, because why would he come for five? And she didn't say it. Now, well, now she did say that he came for her first. That's what she said, child. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, that would get good. It would get good, right? I think James and five. We started with five windmill for Sean. When he was fighting James, I don't even remember. I am not gonna lie. James had a problem with five speaking to him. Now I know. Oh, and Nick has chat her recently. Do you think he was simmering on that? Do you think that's what really, brought this old beef back to the surface? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what reignited it. I really don't know. I guess I missed it. And like I said, I don't know who started it back up again. I don't know who shot the first arrow this time. I don't know, hey Mickey. But if y'all know, let me know. Okay. All I know is it's been reactivated. Okay. And Lord knows it's more entertaining than the fake storylines. Okay, child. I'm just gonna have to say that part. Y'all please hit the like button, share the video. Anyway, so we got that going on. I watched that. That was interesting, right? So I watched. So after that, I got to red bottom to that, trying to figure out what was going on. Five was once allied with Sean. When he was fighting both James and B.S. Well, yeah, she was once. Well, see, here's the thing about Sean Bradley. Sean Bradley really ain't aligned with nobody but Club Chat. Okay, the core Club Chat, his core group of women. That's really who Sean Bradley's aligned with. Do you see what I'm saying? And everybody else are pawns, right? And so some people do not appreciate being treated as pawns. I'm gonna put it that way, okay? Mhm. As far as allies go, right? You think it's gonna bring on-site April back? I ain't heard from on-site April in a while. I hope she doing okay. I hope she doing okay. Mm-mm. I remember one time, Five Baby gaslit the hell out of my ass back in the day, back when they was calling me, back when they was calling me racist, and she gaslit me with that chick. What is her name? Ask April. Was her name Ask April? Not on site, but was it Ask April? Was that her name? It was April something, right? Gaslit the hell out of me with that bitch. I was like, baby, mm-mm. I didn't hear him say he was moving to a new state, but I heard what Five Baby said about it. I'm going to talk about it. No, I heard what Ness said about it. Something ain't right, Miss O. All I know is Five spoke to Lady Nika during the 45 trip, right? She was being nice, but now that. So do you think that's what I'm saying? Do you think that's what happened, Jada? She spoke to Nika and James didn't appreciate it? Originally started it originally started when Five said she would sideline anyone with James. Well, yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah, back then I'm talking about what ignited it. What reignited it today. But yeah, I believe that is what started it. Diamond when Five said she sideline anybody that deal with VS. Cause first Sean, not Sean, but first James and Five, used to be cool with one another. Ask April, that was her name. Yeah, she gaslit the hell out of me with that bitch. Okay, I was like, bitch, she got me that time. I ain't gonna lie. Ooh, child, but they was calling me racist back then, right? I wonder if they still call me racist. In the light of things that's going on in this country right now, and this compared to the stuff that I used to talk about, who's really the racist in the situation? Okay. Mm. But that's gonna be she haven't mentioned him. Yeah, she said she hadn't mentioned him. So I'm assuming he threw the first blow this time. Is that what you're saying, Jada? Child, I don't know. I was just trying to find out who threw the first blow. And so I don't know. But anyway, I appreciate him. I appreciate the old beef being activated again whoever threw the first blow. Okay, it's some actual commentary that I can talk about, and sink my teeth into. Okay. Mm-hmm. James is testy because fine Nicholas caution now, child. This beef is also going to bring S. Hutchinson back. Oh wow, she was all in the middle of it. Child, there was so much going on back then that child you couldn't even hardly go to sleep. Okay, because you didn't want to miss nothing, child. Because people used to go video for video. All right, used to go video for video. And like I said, the beef was organic. It wasn't staged. It wasn't a storyline. They wasn't beefing one day and being besties the next day. Nah, it wasn't none of that. Nobody was having it. Y'all please hit the like button. Okay? They just trolling. Um, oh, he did, but why bring a child? I don't know, Jada. I don't know. I just talked about it though. There was a time James didn't like Nikki. He's the one that started calling her Gator Crop. Let's squash it. Why didn't Fire Nika? Why can't Fire? Yeah, why can't Fire Nika do the same thing? Like I said, I battled good fashion with Fire, TrezurLane, Sean Brady, honey, Nika. I done battled with all of them, child. But when I battled with them, my battles was real petty, and I don't have nothing that's to the dirt, because I don't take it that deep. I'm not overly invested, so if I ain't got a discrepancy with you no more, I just ain't got a discrepancy with you no more. But I don't believe in holding on to stuff. You know what I mean? Because that stuff will drag you down. Like, why would I be bothered with you? Still thinking about derogatory about you. Year after year after year, honey. No, I'm not thinking about nobody that deep, especially people I don't know. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Absolutely not. Mm-mm. Thank you, Red Vines. What was fired up? But anyway, that happened, and we're gonna have to watch out for that, y'all. We're gonna have to watch out for that. Cause that's good original organic beef, so that's cool. Some folks just can't be cordial with it at all. Yeah, some people just can't be cordial at all. You're right about that, Jill. And I think you're overly invested if when you can't be cordial at all. You know what I mean? And so, but we're gonna bring this back up by the end of this video, right? So let me talk about what I heard on Ness's, right? So I was listening to Ness video this morning, and she said that Lemon went live, and he had a boring live, right? And she said she either heard it or somebody told her that he was, throwing shade at Ness-Cation, right? And I was like, I'm not surprised, you know what I mean? And so saying her trip was gonna be boring, and all of this and all of that. And I think she mentioned that he said he was gonna get him some teeth, child, or something like that. I was like, what? So he ain't gonna go the gold fake tooth route this time, child. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, she mentioned that he's gonna get him some tea. All this and all that. I don't know why he throwing shade, at Ness-Cation or whatever. Because I agree with Ness when she said she don't think the trip is going that Vegas-cation, that the lemon-cation, she's still not sure that there's actually gonna be a lemon-cation. I have said that, all along as well. I don't care how many people he write or invite. I don't care the Murder Detroit. I'm great to talk about you. Welcome. Yes, sir, I am. She said she don't care how much money he done spent. She still don't think the trip is gonna come to fruition, right? And I agree with that. And she also mentioned the fact that somebody else mentioned that too. Who was it? Oh, it was Binary a little bit. I was just him a little bit, and he mentioned that and I agree. When you got to tell people out of your mouth that you bougie and all this and all that, honey, if you got to talk about it, you ain't it, okay? When it comes to sassy, we know how y'all know how I think about, feel about that, but child, it is what it is. But anyway, she was over. I didn't know Ness was talking about how she was over there talking crazy to them. Sassy was, saying that she didn't want to be bothered with none of them, basically. And in particular, Lolo, and all of this and all that. And Binary was like, when they go to eat at the, I guess that buffet she was talking about. she gonna be telling, having Lemon try exotic foods or something. Child, the whole thing was just petty, right? I was getting a good look kiki because I can see that happening. And then he also mentioned the fact that why was it imperative for what is her name, for Sheffy to get a picture of Sassy when they went out to dinner. Y'all remember because she likes to deal with people that she feels like are beneath her, right? Which I would agree with that, right? And she felt like Sheffy was a charity case and Sheffy was beneath her, and she felt like she taking Sheffy to this restaurant, was a big thing for Sheffy. Like Sheffy ain't never went nowhere for fine dining, right? Yeah, she say she a 10%, right? And so, uh, as it pertains to the Vegas trip, if you're gonna be out wishy washy with the people and all of this and all that, why would you even want to go on a trip? Y'all please hit the like button. Share the video if you care. My question is, why would you even if you are speaking derogatorily about this trip now, which is forever away, when is it, February or March? Well, why would you even want to go on the trip? You know, if you're gonna be standoffish, if you're gonna be judgmental, why would you even go on it? Or are you just going on the trip cause you feel away? Cause what's his name? Cause what's the man's name? Mm, mm, mm. Cause talent done been on a couple of them. Are you trying to keep up with talent? Like, what are we doing here? Okay, and I really think talent wants to be exposed. On one of these occasions, like Sassy, like how Sheffy took a picture of Sassy. I really think deep down inside that talent wants to be exposed here in the B section because he's been over it for so long. That's what I really think I really think he wants that. You know what I mean? Cosmic Girl say interesting. That's how I feel about it. That's my theory on it, Cosmic Girl. Because why would he keep playing fast and loose with these trips and stuff, knowing that any time he could be exposed? I think he really wants to be exposed. I think he really wants somebody to take a picture of him like they did, like Sheffy did Sassy, honey, and show us how he look. That's what I think he want, honestly. Just trying to say they were degrading Sheffy, right? Telling her to get a good bribe, right? And better clothes before she met up. Yeah, absolutely. And don't you think that Sheffy felt the way about that? Sheffy not stupid. She a grown ass woman, and I bet Sheffy's like, how dare this bitch trying to treat me like I'm beneath her, bitch? I'm not no charity case. And so Sheffy came out and did what she did. Okay, the nerve of this bitch. Okay. And I'm sure that's what Sheffy was thinking. That's what I would have been thinking. But it wouldn't have been me thinking nothing because, girl, I'd have showed you bougie, okay? I'd have showed you country bougie, bitch, okay? Because some folks just ain't got to talk about it, okay? Some folks just be about it, bitch, okay? I'm just saying. But anyway, child, I don't have those types of insecurities. To each his own, child. To each his own. Buddy Howard, aka Dirty D, said that was funny. It was absolutely funny. Cause how you dare you try to down talk somebody, the nerve of you, like who the fuck are you? The hell? Don't nobody need no charity case. The only person that want to be a charity case around 4 hours I know is goddamn Pizarro. Well, she ain't the only one, but she one of the main ones that want to be a charity case is Pizarro. Where is Pizarro anyway, right? Oh, and who, I don't know who that was that said, they said the sector was boring because Lemon ain't been around on Pizarro. I think that they said Lemon said that the sector's been boring because him and Pizarro haven't been around. That's a goddamn lie because we just talk about in depth the 5 QB TrezurLane situation. So I disagree. It ain't been boring, honey, because y'all been gone. Now the last I heard from what is her name, Pizarro, and she's around there trying to do her ghetto version of the membership lives, right? Tell me something. This is a if you want to talk to me privately, hit the stream yard. So that's her version of the membership live, right? Because we know she's too scared to get monetized. So she figured she set up a private stream yard, I guess, and invite people. That's her version of having a membership live, right? And when it comes to membership lives, honey, I bet Sassy be over there dragging the hell out of all of us. Okay, I can only imagine, right? And so, but I guess that's Bizarro's, and I also think Bizarro doing these so-called private membership lives because she over there begging, right? And I think she feel away because Ness been getting all the attention and all the payola, and she ain't been getting none. So she trying to start up her something new, hoping that she can get her some fundage going on or keep the fundage going on by this so-called private stream. You're a girl. Go on and monetize your channel, honey, so you can have some memberships. You've been wasting your time and money. Okay, let you got money all on the floor. Ain't that what they said? She been having money on the floor for years. Okay. Child, please, because she's scared to monetize her life. So anyway, that's why the girl ain't been popping up, in my opinion. And as far as Lemon, who cares? I heard Ness talk about it, but whatever. You know, she didn't appreciate him shaving it. And see, that's the thing about these so-called 2.0. Even Ness been around forever, and Lemon been around for a while, but they call themselves 2.0. Like he throwing shade at you, you throwing shade at him. Next thing you know, they'll be besties again. Okay, that's why I like the original beef, like Fire and QB and Trezure, because it's to the death. Okay, child. A few lemon subbies said it was boring. Yeah, they said it was a boring live, and Lemon based his comment on that. He's not no absolutely. Oh, and then also Ness, I heard Ness say that either somebody said that he said he was gonna be moving out of his mom's house. Well, honey, you should have been at your damn mama house. You too old to be there. Now, I hope you ain't trying to move out of your mama house. Now, if you done saved up your coin, see, instead of you getting a trip, you need to be saving up your coin to get first, last, and deposit, honey, for apartment. And you also need to be out job searching so you can maintain your living situation when you move out. Because YouTube is not a stable source of income. And I hope you ain't depending on YouTube to pay your bills when you allegedly move out of your mom's home. Okay, whose grandfather, Philip Jones, passed away? Shoot, she wasn't what I expected. I know I'm not online, but I wouldn't be ashamed up to go up with her. Who you talking about, Philip? I must be lost somewhere, right? So anyway, that happened. He was shading Ness-Cation. And I agree with Ness. I don't think there's going to be a limitation, but we got forever. So it's, at least they got content. He's got content until it's time. Okay. Oh, peace. Oh, is that what she said? Child, for real. So she having a private lives because her granddaddy done died. Is that her new begging scam? Child, let me go on and throw the crab legs to the side. We done did the crab legs. We done did the back to school stuff. Now we on the parent passing away. Child, make it make sense. But okay. But my condolences if your grandfather really did pass away. But I hope you ain't using it for sympathy and payola, child. Okay? Because Lemon does. He got that bad. I swear on my brother. Nigga, why is you always bringing up your deceased brother? That is weird to me. A lot of people do a lot of strange things around here, right? Strange things. Oh, she told folks the other day, what's whatever, a private stream yard or something like that, or whatever it was she was trying to say over there on her wild child. Child, it's really just to keep her intel, with her, cause she need them super chats. Okay, I mean not super chats. She can't get super chat. She need them cash apps because she won't monetize her channel. So she all about her bag like Jay Wilson. It ain't no secret. You know what I mean? So yeah, it ain't no secret. But that's what somebody said. Lemon said it's been born around here. With that him and Pizarro, but child, I brought that up because honey, I disagree. Okay, I disagree. I absolutely freaking disagree. Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, uh, that's all I got to say about that. Now, let's talk about uh something pertaining to me, right? And a part of the video, the part of the title says it was receipts or something like that. I had on the thumbnail, right? And the reason why I mentioned receipts on the thumbnail is because something strange happened with me yesterday, right? So yesterday I did a video and I was talking about, how the beef sector should embrace other people's beef, right? I think it was don't let other people's beef become the beef sector's beef, right? So y'all know I did my commentary on that. If y'all didn't see that video, please go back and listen yesterday, right? And I was pretty much talking about when it comes to the Umar Johnson sector and all of that beef that they have or had over there and how that's trying to leak over here. Uh even this, oh, you found out. Well, it's coming up like that. I don't know, but what's your other name? Uh, Philip Jones. What's your other name? Cause they done changed the way people's they do this thing. I don't know. Maybe some type of authenticator or something. I don't know. But what's your other name? I don't know why they changed it and did that. That's weird to me too, because I really don't know who the hell I'm talking to, unless somebody tell me. Like Dirty Deeds is told me he was who did he say he was Ronnie Howard, but it wasn't coming up like Ronnie Howard. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what in the world's going on, right? So anyway, uh, so I was talking about that yesterday, right? Too many plays and lies. So I was talking about that, and evidently, yeah, because when it comes to the B sector, um, it can get pretty bad around here, but ain't nobody trying to go completely off the rails, right? Some people do, but not like that. It's a difference, right? Miss O, it's not like that in everybody. Is that right? I don't know why it's like that over here in mine. I ain't clicked nothing different. I ain't asked for it to be that way, Ronnie Howard. You know what I mean? I really didn't. I don't know. It's very confusing for me. Honestly, it's very confusing. And if I could undo it, I would, but I didn't put it this way. I don't know why it's doing that. Like, I really don't. I really couldn't even tell you. But anyway, maybe they'll switch back after a while. I don't know. I don't know, but I hate that, right? So anyway, I gave an example yesterday. If y'all been around here for a while, the example that I gave was when Brooke Valentine first came over here. Those twins, those drunk twins, uh, what is that, TG and MG or whatever, LG or whatever their name is. They followed Brooke Valentine over here. Oh, you can change your ad, just trolling good. They say, running help. They say you can change your ad, change your, moniker or whatever back to your name if you can. So anyway, I gave the example of when Brooke Valentine came over here, and that TG and LG, they followed her over here, and they was talking about ad nauseum, what had happened over there in the R. Kelly sector when it came to Brooke Valentine, right? And I was saying how it was cute little T at first, but eventually the beef sector got tired of hearing that shit, right? Now we'll listen to the T, but after a while we don't want to hear that shit no more, right? So they don't talk fast forward to they don't talk about it no more because people started complaining about them hitting everybody's panel and talking about, oh shit. B sector don't want to hear about what really happened in somebody else's sector, right? We don't got nothing to do with this shit. We really don't give a fuck at the end of the day if I'm keeping it honest, right? And so, but they eventually, moved on and started talking about it. Now, Brooke and them twins, I don't hear it coming up no more, and they done integrated in their own way. They done moved it right along. But at first, then nobody want to keep hearing about that bullshit because we don't care. Okay, so that is the excuse. That is the example that I used yesterday, right? And the reason why I use that example, as it pertains to the Umar sector, is because, like I was talking about, the reason why I did a video is because we don't care about the Umar Johnson sector beef. I mean, it's cute tea, you know what I mean? But as far as being invested in it, if the B sector is keeping it a buck, we don't care, right? So Binary is on his video this morning, waxing poetic, about what used to happen in the Umar sector. So I dropped down and said, B sector really don't care about what y'all do over there, because if we keeping it a buck, we really don't, right? We don't go scorched earth like that. It looks like it sounds like it's some real trauma going on over there, as it pertains to how they used to move with one another, and you bringing it over here. You know what I mean? Because you got all these. I'm gonna have to go back and talk about the murder in Detroit too. But you got all these people coming over here. Some of them is coming up like Shakim and Binary doing good, in the morning time because YTC is so goddamn boring and fake and so kiss ass. Don't nobody really want to deal with it, right? So Binary he getting him some numbers. You know what I mean? So, but for as long as he can maintain and not go off the rails, and he was talking about trying to keep himself together somewhat. This morning staying on task, staying in control of himself, which is some very good advice to yourself, Binary. Okay? But we don't give a damn about what y'all be doing over there in that damn Umar sector for real. Okay? We don't want to hear that shit. Not for real. And you can run off your you can run off your beef sector people like that. Like I said, it's cute little tea for a minute, but after a while, we don't care. Nope. Don't give a damn. Don't give a damn. If folks being honest, we don't give a damn, right? So anyway, because that is not our sector. Now, some people from in the B sector, they be going to other sectors and falling down in chats and participating in all of this and all that. I don't know a lot of the stuff that be going on because I don't do stuff. I don't even fall down. I don't even listen to everybody's video over here. Okay? Let alone in some other sector. I'm not finna do that. That's just too much. I don't know the storyline. And I'm not trying to get to know the storyline, right? Right, Cosmic Girl. That's what I told him. You know, Cosmic Girl said Mo 3 is more interesting. It seemed like it, child. But they went scorched earth on themselves as well, to the point to where they out and canceled each other's channel. And I heard they was on Twitch now because they done ran through their YouTube channels or whatever. I was like, child, yeah, honey, he was trying to give some advice to himself, right? Yeah, some people really need to peep game about people, but that ain't up to me to uh you know talk about whatever. But let me talk about this, right? Then I'm gonna show my receipts that I got for y'all, right? But also, Ness was talking about how Tulsa was over there and she got into it with the mayor of Detroit, right? She got to see Tulsa get over there and she'll, be, saying inappropriate things to straight men, right? And so Ness was talking about how the mayor of Detroit and Tulsa got into it. And I think that is Tulsa's way of getting into, getting attention from straight men. And she know that irritates and stuff, right? And then of course they're gonna say stuff back, right? But my thing is, when it comes to some men, you are insulting their manhood, right? Say you a tranny, and then she was mentioning how Lemon don't mind the stuff that Tulsa be saying to him, right? Of course, Lemon don't mind the stuff that Tulsa be saying to him, honey, cause he a fruity pebble. He a whole fruit roll up. Of course, he don't mind what Tulsa say to him. But somebody like the mayor of Detroit, he will mind because you are insulting his manhood. So I imagine they would get into it. But Lemon don't care because he a fruit roll up. Okay? Everybody know that. That's why he don't care. And so yeah, but I found it interesting, for a little quick minute. I already talking about that. I was like, child, that Tulsa play too much, child. Girl, girl, are you okay? Child. Oh, and Ness was saying she believed that Lemon is the type of guy that really likes the transsexual people. He might be his preference may be, trans women or whatever, right? Ain't that what they call it? Trans women? That might be his preference or something, child. She was speculating that. I was like, baby, I think he full blown King Kong ding along in the middle of the fruit roll up. That's what I think. That's the cleanest way I can say it, child. Okay, child. Child, I made a twitch just to keep up with the both three. I'm saying, is that right, Red Vines? Yeah, I don't know their stories. I don't go to their channels. The Mo 3 sector the Umar sector. I didn't go to the black sector. I just hear about it when it comes the tea get around here to the beef sector, right? Because I ain't traveling to all these places, keeping up with these people, because I don't know the damn storylines. I'm not that invested anyway. Like I said, I only listen to a few people over here in this sector, right? And if I hear something juicy that I want to talk about, then I have to backtrack and go do my research, because it ain't nobody that's giving them good recaps anymore. So, honey, I have to go get the info for myself. Y'all, please hit the like button. Please share the video if you can. I thank you guys so much, right? So, anyway, let me talk about these receipts. So, I was doing a video yesterday, and I was talking about how we shouldn't get involved, other people's business, right? Other people's sectors, even though they coming over here talking about it. I'm talking about the Umar sector, right? And so I did my video. I got off my video, but when and I also mentioned that anti-Afro uh had hit what is her name? Had hit Lady Dimple talking about what went on between her and D Darrell. She was in my video that day, speaking about D Darrell, and I understand some bad things happened to her in reference to, what was going on, in they sector. I don't know if it's still going on now or not, but she said she got some really bad threats, and that stuff, if you can't leave it alone, it will really start to affect your psyche, right? Because if you threaten me, like you said, they was threatening them to the point to where she had to call the FBI. I would just have to disengage, right? But some people, for whatever reason, don't know how to disengage, right? Oh, she on the tour, LOL. Hey, something sweet. And so, anyway, I did the video, but under the comment of my video, when my video uploaded, she decided to give me some comment, let me know how she felt about it. So I took some screenshots. Now these are comments under the video, right? The video that I was talking about yesterday, right? So one of them said, and I have them numbered here, y'all, because it was a little conversation. I wanted to keep them in order. So one of them said that this is anti-Afro. This is after she listened to the video from yesterday, right? She said, I 100% agree with this message, right? She said, of note, those from the Umar J spoke on me for 2 years in the beef sector. Now, I didn't know that people were speaking on her for 2 years in the beef sector. Like I said, I don't go to everybody's channel, and I didn't know, right? Spoke on her for 2 years in the beef sector before I hit a panel or chat in the beef sector, right? At least I brought info that was relevant to the beef sector. Now, I don't know what, I'm assuming she may be talking about the D Darrell info or something. I don't know whatever else she brought over. But anyway, she said D Darrell is now under a 9-count federal indictment after he tried to infiltrate the beef sector with stolen money. Okay. And then he infiltrated the beef sector with stolen money. So that means, I guess, she infiltrated the sector with his tea. Is that what we're doing? But anyway, I said I never heard about that. But I don't visit a lot of beef sector channels because I don't. I don't know what he trying to infiltrate. I guess a lot of people are trying to infiltrate the sector with their drama, and we don't want to hear about it, right? So anyway, that's one. And then she goes on to say, let me find two here. Let me find two. Two, she says, hold up, this is older 2B, right? I had to break it up, it was so much, but I can read it. Said, speaks, this is the second thing. She said, that's actually the way it should be. There was no reason for anyone in the Umar J sector to force insert my name into the beef sector. Eventually, more folks knew me by name. Now, like I said, I don't remember, or I not remember. I didn't even hear these conversations or word, or either I don't know. Maybe y'all can tell me where they were having conversations where the Umar boys were injecting her name into the beef sector, But like I said, but anyway, She also said Binary told Brianna that I was gonna attack her channel. Right? I'm like, wow, really? Binary told Brianna this is what anti-Afro. Y'all can see the thing up there said. She says Binary told Brianna that I was gonna attack her channel. Right? See, this is what I mean by scorched earth. This is what I mean by sometimes y'all need to leave other people set this shit alone, right? Okay? Was gonna attack her channel. I had not even heard of her nor met her. Binary was mad at me, which has zero to do with the beef sector. You're right about that. Rev G, I don't even know who that is. Had an interview with you. She said Rev G had an interview with me 2 years ago. Right? I'm thinking, damn, 2 years ago? About the Umar boys, since they had spread his name all over the beef sector too. Right? She said, I believe I was mentioned. However, I don't expect you to remember me of our folks. I don't remember having an interview with Rev G 2 years ago. Okay, but what I'm gonna do, y'all, is I'm gonna scroll down to 2 years of my videos, and if it's still on there, I'm gonna repost it because at the end of every year, I will get rid of a whole lot of videos. Like I said, I don't dwell on the past, but if I can find that video that she's talking about, I will post it. But I honestly don't even know what she's talking about. And who the hell is Rev G? And 2 years ago, and how can you have a memory? See, that's overly invested to me. You remember something that happened 2 years ago? And I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? And so this is her still under the video that I did yesterday, right? And so let me go to number 3. It ain't over. It ain't over. Hold on. Then she say, oh, hold on. I did the wrong thing. Oh my God, what am I doing? Girl, I'm messing up my videos again. Uh, Let me read this first. I don't want to get too far without reading. Good afternoon. Hey, Pretty Black TV, host of chat. I don't believe that's true. Most don't know who she is. I mean, child. Hey, Diamond B. The only time I heard her name is when she had info on MU, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't even know what these discussions that people had about her happened. Like, I'm not lying, okay? As we tried to tell you, this anti-Afro, this Dunya says, this anti-Afro woman is obsessive. Please ignore her. The Umar sector is not worth your time. It absolutely is not worth my time. Because like I said, the beef sector don't care. We don't care. But reason why I'm doing this, because this is a perfect example of people trying to insert you into their beef. Okay? I realize it's important to you, but it ain't important to me. I don't give a damn. I don't care. Will G is her puppy. He does what she says. It was when they first came over here. The only person I saw make a video about it was ZX. It was it was very short lived. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because we don't care. We don't care over here. We don't care. And just because more of those dang on Umar sector people are over here, don't bring y'all shit over here. Like I said, I heard Binary talking waxing poetic about what used to happen in the Umar sector. We don't give a damn. We don't care. I've heard her name because that's why I went to her channel. There was more drama about D. Darrell and all the money he was giving people. There was more drama. Well, see, now she spoke about that money. Okay, then I had a response to that. But let me read this right. So the third one says she said one more, so she's clearly didn't appreciate what I had to say, in my opinion. Because why would you write so much up under that video? Because it was just my general commentary. Y'all know my commentary. My commentary is my commentary. I don't care about nobody else's sector, and I absolutely don't give a damn about your drama. But if it's commentary, it's just freaking commentary. And if I didn't hear about it over here, then I wouldn't do commentary about it, right? And so anyway, she says one more thing. A number of people in the beef sector do care. I don't know who these people are, since D. Durrell attacked them. Now, can y'all tell me who D. Durrell attacked? Because I missed that too. I missed that too. Who did he attack? Says they were also very suspicious about the money. Look, child, she said they were also very suspicious about the money he was suddenly dropping all over the beef sector. Baby, beef sector. Let me go to number 4. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, hold on. She said, oh, was this? No, this was me. This was me, right? So I responded to that. Number 3. This is what I said, right? I said, oh, wow. I said, but as far as the money goes, now we talking about the beef sector money, y'all, right? We ain't talking about what happens, how the money situation is handled in another sector, but in the beef sector, I said, as far as the money goes over here, it don't matter where it comes from or how one chooses to get it, as long as they give it away. That's all that matters. Now y'all know good goddamn well if Pizarro and who we know we got the beggars around here, right? And the scammers and the finesses and all this. They don't give a damn where that money came from, right? All they want is the fucking money. They don't give a damn if you got it out of your grandma, your old blind grandmama's pocketbook. If you gonna send them a cash app or a super chat, baby, they gonna take it at the end of the day. Okay? They just want the money. They don't give a damn. Okay? Now I heard Brianna mention it when they was talking about the D-Rail and the they gonna subpoena me. That was just a joke. Cause they don't give a fuck about where the money come from, as long as you give it to them. I'm like, child, don't nobody care. But anyway, I'll let like I said, where it comes from or how one chooses to get it, as long as they give it away. As long as they give it away, that's all that matters. And then I said, and then I said, also, I hope that one day, this is me talking to her, this is sincerely, right? This ain't no shade or nothing, right? I said, also, I hope that, because y'all know I'm always trying to drop gems, right? Also, I hope that one day you will be able to let go out of all the trauma you've dealt with online, right? I said, because um, in the grand scheme of the things, if you don't intend on going, I said, hold on, I can't read, because in the grand scheme of I guess in the grand scheme of things, I don't know what I typed right there. If you don't intend on going any further on YouTube, I don't know what I meant. Intend on going any further on YouTube. Oh, you need to. If you don't intend on, going any further than YouTube, like offline, right? Then you need to let it go, right? I said, I hope that you've not developed PTSD as a result of dealing with all of this for years, right? Which people can really be affected by this stuff, right? If you internalize it, right? Because I had to stop myself when I was in the old black sector. I just fucking left, okay? Because I'm not going to start internalizing this shit. Bitch, I'm going to leave. Okay? But that's how I was upset with the Nyla and Taz and Cynthia G situation. But I just walked away. Because I'm not going to get PTSD. I'm not going to become overly invested and really piss the fuck off and hold a grudge just because I can't lay my hands on your ass. Okay? You keep doing you and I'm going to walk away. I left the whole damn sector. And I told y'all that, right? Because fuck them. Okay? My mental health is more important to me, right? I said, I hope that you've not developed PTSD as a result of dealing with all of this for years, right? That's why I learned my lesson and let it go for my own mental health, right? That was not throwing shade. That I have said that a couple of times. You know what I mean? And I just really hope but it's leaking over here. It's like you following the people over here with that same old drama, and we don't want to talk about it. Like they don't give a damn where D Real got that money, as long as he was dropping it on them. Okay, see, there's two different things going on, and I realize it's important to her because it happened to her, and it's unfortunate, and I hate that. But I also hope that one day, like I said, and I ain't throwing shade, that she can let it go. Just let it go. It ain't worth your mental health, like for real. You know, who's going live about the Umar sector? Chat, I don't know. You're right. No one cares in the B sector because we don't care. Nunya says she loves Taz and Nyla. So let you know what she's about. Oh, she can pay Taz. She can pay Taz to do whatever you need. Wow. They are scammers. Taz and Nyla speak. Taz and Nyla speak. Orca speaks on it. What? I hope the people ain't thinking about me if that's what you said, because I ain't thinking about. I'm not speaking on them no more. You know. And I didn't know that she was, I guess, a fan of Taz and Nyla. I didn't know that, but for me, when I talk about Taz and Nyla, it's not in reference to her or anybody else. It's in reference to what they tried to do to me. Taz and Nyla and Cynthia G, and a whole lot of people in the manosphere. So I can't tell people who to like, but I'm not talking about them in reference to who somebody else like or who somebody else don't like. I'm saying fuck them for me. Because I know I'm talking about my interaction with them. And I'm talking about I had to just disconnect from that whole sector. And I left because I wouldn't, I was getting to the point where I was getting really angry. And I want to come see your ass, okay? And if I can't lay hands on you, and I'm gonna go to the point to where I'm really angry, then I'm the type of person where it's gonna drive me crazy. Cause at some point in time we talk all this shit, I'm gonna need to see you for real. Like I'm an old country girl, so it's best for me to let it go. Cause I don't know these people for real, so I can disconnect. You know what I mean? I'm not never gonna, but I damn went down that rabbit hole. But I ain't finna develop no PTSD behind these motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck. Okay? And we all know that. If y'all know me and y'all in the B sector, you've been around from around Sandra, y'all know at the end of the day, I just do my commentary and I don't give a fuck. And I ain't throwing shade. I ain't being disrespectful. I understand your plight. I sympathize with you. But at the end of the day, if I do commentary, honey, don't take it to heart. It's just commentary. It's different over here. That's what I mean by taking. If you don't understand the sector, then you're gonna miss the whole. It ain't like they go scorched earth over there. It's real deep, over there. It ain't deep like that over here. Ain't nobody trying to do all that, girl. Anyway, whoever Mama Rock says, I remember AAS from years ago. She was on Umar's neck. Now I remember her from being Umar's neck. Like I said, I didn't know it was even a quote unquote Umar Johnson sector until the Umar boy. They start talking about the Umar boys over here in the beef sector. I had heard. Yeah, I had heard when I was over there in the old black sector. I had heard some of her videos, about Umar Johnson. But as far as this other stuff with D. Darrell and Nim and Shaquille, I ain't never heard of these people. Now I heard D. Darrell from over there in the old black sector. You know what I mean? But as far as this Umar Johnson sector, I had never heard of it until they start talking about it over here. You see what I'm saying? Years ago, she was at Umar's neck, then got obsessed and psycho with everyone who didn't agree with her or did what she said. Wow, she's supposed to be a social worker, but she really needs one. Well, I don't know. You don't blame them. Mama Rock, you see her for what she is. I'm assuming y'all are from the Umar sector. I'm not reading no more of this because I don't have time for it. Like I really don't give a fuck. And after today, I'm not talking about this no more. But I really want y'all to see what was going on because this is a perfect example of not getting invested in other people's business. I just did commentary about it. Then I get all these comments under my video because clearly she didn't appreciate what I had to say. Clearly. Because if you don't care, why would you write all of this? You know what I mean? Yeah, and I think those people are against Shakim and they've been over the lip. Child, it's crazy. She knows a sector full of dick pigs. Ooh. So therefore, it's harder for her to interlope. So she's coming with a whole story. Well, this storyline right here, because it's really, really deep and and really different, and we're not going to pay attention to something like that. You see what I'm saying? It's just not going to go on over here. You know, she's been around for a while. Well, I mean, clearly they follow each other from sector to sector. Okay, clearly. But anyway, let me go on. It's more. So number 5, she said this right here. She said, folks in the beef sector were front/center in vocalizing suspicion about D. Durrell dropping large amounts of money as a newbie. Right? You know why they was front and center about talking about it? Because they wanted some of the money. They were suspicious. If they were suspicious, the suspicion was why they can't get $400 or $500. Okay, that's the only suspicion they had. See, I'm telling you, people be, and I realize that people, you see, things as it pertains to your own perspective, but it really ain't that deep around here. They don't give a fuck where he got the money from, as long as they sent some of it to him, and if he was giving more to giving more to some people than other people, then y'all know how folks is around here. They'll start feeling the way about it. Oh, you gonna give her $500, but you just gonna give me $50? The nerve of you. You know what I mean? And so that's how people feel about the money. So I think she mistaken about that, vocalized suspicion about D. Durrell dropping large amounts of money as a newbie. Well, he did that trying to kiss ass, basically. Brianna got $400 and did as did several others. Shit, I did. I only know about it. I guess I only know about it when it was mentioned in the Umar J sector. Okay, a few days ago, Brianna recalled the occurrence. Y'all seen that video when she was talking about it. But like I said, the only thing they care about, they don't give a damn about where he got it from. They just give a damn whether they got $500 or not. Y'all please hit the like button. Please share the video. Like I said, they don't care if he stole it out of a bank. As long as you drop the cash out like that on them, hell yeah, you gonna be welcome. And that's why he did that, so he could get noticed. You know what I mean? I will leave it alone because they said that woman did some really nasty things. Why I am gonna leave it alone, and I would hope that she is not upset with me to the point to where she think I got something against her to the point to where her mind is telling her to do something shady to me, because this is why I'm coming out with this, y'all, because I am not invested in the Umar Johnson sector. I did not talk about that commentary to come against nobody, but I am just simply trying to say that we are not that invested over here. And when it comes to stuff like this and people acting like that, as far as they go, we don't do that over here. And I sure don't do it, you know. But I'm showing these receipts for a reason. I'm showing these receipts because of that video that I did yesterday. And I told y'all that's what was going on. And this is a perfect example. That is why I'm showing a receipt. Because all I did was give commentary and I got all of this. And y'all know I don't need all of this right here. I'm not invested. I ain't got nothing to do with them people. It's unfortunate, what she went through. And so another person, evidently from over there, this I am no joke. It seemed like every time this lady make a comment under my video, up pop this I am no joke person, right? And I don't know who this is. I didn't respond to this, but they say, "Hey Olivia, I was able to listen to some of your replay." She said because I'm at work, I've noticed the comments. But be careful of the messenger that's delivering the message. She is on a tour trying to get attention about Darrell. She is no better to talk about anyone else. The kettle calling the kettle calling the pot. Have a blessed day. Right? So she wrote what she wrote. I responded once or twice. Then this person said, first they came in and they said, did you hear about D'Angelo? And RIP D'Angelo, I did hear about him. Then they wrote this, right? Now, like I said, every time that lady pop up, this person right here pop up, and I'm assuming they from the Umar Johnson sector, and they don't like this lady or whatever. Honey, that don't have nothing to do with me. They don't have nothing to do with the oracle. Okay. Now I got a right to do my commentary the way I want to do my commentary, but I'm not coming at nobody, coming at y'all. I don't know the specifics of what happened with y'all drama or trauma over there, and I don't care. So, but I see I can't even do commentary about it. But because they not beef sector, whatever. Okay, all right. But I wanted to show y'all this, like I said, because it's a perfect example, of how you dealing with other people's problems, right? And I was not dealing with no other people's problems. I'm just talking about these people as they pertain to the beef sector, right? That was what I was trying to do. And I get all of this. I'm like, child, this is ridiculous. I'm a grown ass motherfucking woman. I don't play these types of games on here. I'm not overly invested like that. I wouldn't even respond. Yeah, or give. I'm not after today, but I really had to show y'all this for example. Because when I be telling y'all it's a motherfucking Death Star, in effect, like I did with the ZX situation, I try to warn people about the Death Star, right? And they took it the wrong way. I'm warning people about another Death Star. I did that caution yesterday for a reason. Okay? People don't be going scorched earth over here. We don't do that stuff. And like I said, we don't have nothing to do with what went on over there. We really don't care. Damn. Hey, Miss O, for as long as I have watched you, this is death. No, it's not my style. I'm listening and sitting here. Yeah, it's not my style. I don't deal with stuff like this. Y'all know I don't. Interlopers, they need to go to They sure do. Go to Lemons. Ignore her, Olivia. She will wear you down. She won't wear me down because I'm done. Because I nut up on the bitch. Okay, I don't give a fuck. She is another J Dunn. I don't know whether she is or not. And like I said, I sympathize with her plight. But I don't have nothing to do with that. And just because I'm doing commentary, not cause not cause D Darrell, not cause Shakim, not cause Binary. I'm doing this content because I do content in the beef sector and I got sense enough, and many have tried it. Many have tried to involve beef sector into stuff that they have been going on for years, and we don't have nothing to do with that shit. Because we don't go scorched earth around here like they go. Have y'all heard about some of the stuff that they do to one another? Who wants to deal with that shit? We roast, gag, and drag around here. Child, ain't nobody trying to go through all that. Anyway, those are my receipts that I had on that. But I really want to show y'all that because it really just proved my point from what I was talking about yesterday. Like it really did, right? So that's my receipt for that, right? And it's unfortunate. Um, I really don't even know where all of that came from, why I was getting all of that energy, but okay, child, okay. But anyway, I've been on here for almost 2 hours talking, right? But let me talk about this and I'm gonna get out of here, right? So these ladies right here, right, from IHOP, uh, oh Lord. 3 years later, she will be making videos about those comments and position herself as a victim. Uh, Child, I hope it would don't. I hope not about me because I'm done, child. I just want to. I want to show those comments to the beef sector to prove my point. Anyway, moving right along. Let's talk about some real world stuff real fast because these are my second set of receipts. These ladies right here, um, I Help News. These two ladies, they are as close as you can come to. When some Anglos say that they are allies, right? They are staunch anti-Trump, anti-MAGA, in their mind, anti-racist, Semitism and all of that, anti all of that, right? They don't believe in anti-Semitism, and these people they deal with unconscious, they all have unconscious bias, right? But if I could call somebody a somewhat of an ally as it pertains to Trump, right? I love their podcast too, Miss Queenie. It would be these ladies. These two white women right here, these bitches is badass. Do you hear me? They be taking Trump ass down through there. MAGA, the Republicans and everything. I told y'all when I want to know what's going on with Donald Trump, I segue over there to the Anglos and listen to their channels because they going to break it down for you, okay? Over there, they be talking pure cash shit, especially these ladies. Especially these ladies right here, right? So they did this video right here, right? I was like, oh my God. I was like, baby, that is not going. Do you hear me? They is sick. They call Trump cankles. Girl, they just be taking. Oh Lord, they talk shit. But anyway, I like them, right? I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a motherfucking fan. Okay. So anyway, they did a video. I think it was this morning, and it says Trump's disaster morning. Trump's disaster morning. After leaked text from at being exposed to racism or racist, right? That's what they're talking about. Foolish Dreamer said they pull no punches. They on Trump. They on his ass. Do you hear me? I be like, baby, I be getting my whole life, Foolish Dreamer. I be laughing out loud. That lady said, this one right here with the microphone up to her mouth. She said, I don't do no races. They don't come past my doorstep. I was like, I know that's right, girl. She was even calling out them white evangelicals and how racist those preachers are, and those churches are. Gin and pumps, right? I said, baby, they on Trump worse than Jimmy Kimmel on Trump. Woo, if y'all don't watch them, y'all should watch them, right? Because they be telling you the truth, child. So anyway, the reason why I talk about this in the context of receipts is because some receipts was dropped, right? And I said, oh, okay. Now, we know that there's always discussion about how racist MAGA is, you know, and what was disturbing to me about this video is how disturbing these young Republicans are, right? They got stuff like she showed this and it says from somewhere, is this political or something? These young Republicans, honey, they is really trying to do harm to people for real. They say, I love Hitler, quote unquote, I love Hitler. Leaked messages exposed young Republicans' racist chat. These are some of the chats that these young Republicans, they deal in, right? And so they were showing a couple of them, right? And I was listening to the video, and I ain't gonna lie, my mouth was wide open. So they showed this screenshot of some of the stuff that they be saying, you know, and some of it I can read and some of it I can't read, but I want to show it to y'all, cause it's kind of small. Well, honey, they talking about that they love Hitler and the gas chambers and this, that, and the other. Child, that's a lot going. Love saying the N word and all of this and all that. Well, honey, this is one of the receipts. Like I really can't read this one because it's too small. But if y'all can read it, these are actual text messages. That was, that are coming from these young Republicans, these young white racist Republicans, right? They're talking about gas chambers. They're talking about black people. It's this whole come in and take a shower, but it's really gonna gas out. Just a whole bunch of crazy stuff, right? And so they also showed this. It says William Hendricks, right? Um, says the Kansas Young Republicans vice chair used the words nigger and nigger, child, variations of a racial slur more than a dozen times in the chat. Bobby Walker, the vice chair of the New York State Young Republicans, at the time referred to Grape as epic. Peter Ginter, who at the time was chair of the same organization, wrote in a message sent in June that everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber. I guess everyone that votes no against what it is that they're trying to pass uh, is quote unquote, or is quote, per their quote, everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber. Now, this is some of the stuff that they writing, y'all, right? So then she exposed this right here. And she said, and it's it's just the further the conversation. And she said everyone they said the young Republicans said everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber, and everyone that endorsed but then votes for us is going to the gas chamber. I'm like, what? Then the other person said, when do we start bullying, dude? I'm like, what? What they mean by that? When do we start bullying, dude? I was like, what? Child. And then it said, we have a solid three people who can probably have them want to jump. Want to jump. Bullying them into unaliving themselves is what they're talking about, right? Then they say, if they vote for us, why would they be gassed? Well, I didn't understand it either. If they vote for y'all, why you want to gas them? So they just want to off people, right? Then they said, why do we bring that side? Why do we bring that side out? I don't even know what the hell is. So even if they vote for y'all, y'all want to give them the gas chamber shower, right? Girl, that is madness. It is pure madness, okay? And this the last one that they showed right here. They said I'm going to create some of the greatest psychological torture methods known to man. They want to create the greatest psychological torture known to man. Okay? I'm like, what the world? We only want true believers. They say they only want true believers. So even if you vote for them, and if you ain't a true believer, they still want to gas you, right? That's what they want to do, right? Then they say, can we talk? Can can we fix the showers? Question mark. Then it said gas chambers don't fit the Hitler aesthetic. Gas chambers don't fit the Hitler aesthetic, right? Can we fix the showers? I was like, what? They said, what? Child says, I'm ready to watch people burn now. Now, this is some of the rhetoric coming from young Republicans, not the old ones like Donald. Well, I mean, they get it from them, but they don't mind saying it on the internet, right? Now, see, these are terroristic threats, right? Now, if the rule of law was being upheld, this kind of stuff right here, this is unacceptable. It is dangerous. It is homegrown terrorism, in my opinion. These are credible terroristic threats, in my opinion. Okay? And then the last one says that, so it says, I'm ready to watch people burn now. So they want to watch people burn. And then the last one says that we got to pretend that we like them. We got to pretend that they like them. And then it says, quote, hey, come on in. Take a nice shower. Take a nice shower and relax. And they said, boom, they're dead. So come on in. We cool with each other. Go on and take your shower so you can relax. You know what I mean? And then of course in that shower is gonna be some kind of poisonous gas or something. I was like, child, these people is evil. Okay? If they ain't got the Antichrist spirit on them, child, I don't know what is, but I really want to show that to y'all. Cause I was like, baby, this is some madness. But honey, these two ladies, child, they are closest allies, in my opinion, as you can get. Cause baby, they be taking Trump and the Democrats down through, the Republicans down through there. Okay, gin and pump. So they sure is. I hope they be safe. They probably be getting death threats and everything. Red Vine said I watched them. On my ISIS said I love watching those two. They call Trump cankers. Yeah, and been taco tip. They sure do. I be like, baby. Said Jen, the one on the left. Yeah, the one with the long hair. She really be going in, right? Oh, she was on Don. Yeah, I know she was on Don Lemon yesterday. I ain't watched it yet, Miss Queenie. Empress said, I'm gonna check them out. I've never heard of them. Yeah, that's why I want to, kind of show receipts of what they got going on over there on their channel. Because like I said, they are as close as if I could call an Anglo an ally, as it pertains to, being anti-Trump, it would be them for me. Cause baby, I've been getting my whole life. Okay. I like them. I like Brian Cohen Tyler. Of course, I like the amazing Lucas, but it's a couple of them that'll be breaking Trump down, baby. They don't be pulling no punches. I was like, ooh, will you look at this right here? But yeah, I know that she was on Don Lemon, and I'm gonna have to. And of course, Don Lemon and breaking it down. Roland Martin, he be breaking it down, in his own way or whatever. And you know who I can't stand? I did not, you like, I think I've looked at Keith Edwards too. I've been looking at it, like I said, when I really want to find out what's going on with the mega Republicans. Oh, I love the Jolly Ginger. Yeah, I like the Jolly Ginger. Yes, I do. I like the Jolly Ginger. I sure do. He be on one. Did you see that video with him and his the vets? They be riding on those bikes or whatever it is they're riding on, talking crazy about Trump through the loudspeaker, riding through the streets of Washington. I was like, what in the world? They had their little signs out and everything. That was anti-Trump riding through the streets with the loudspeakers on. I said, baby, child. They doing what they can, y'all. Some of the white folks is trying to step up and trying to step outside the matrix and tell the truth. Because these people that are at the head of the government right now really are destroying this country. Like they really are. And that's real. But this is not a us problem. This is a them problem. And people like Jenny Pump and a Jolly Green Rancher, the Jolly Rancher and Brian Taylor, Jones, I think is his name. There's another guy, I think his name is Bravo or something like. Anyway, these people, these Anglos, should be speaking out against Trump, and it needs to be more people like them because they are destroying this country. Unfortunately, black people, we are tired. This is not our fight. We did not create this monster. This is not a us problem. This is actually a them problem. But you do have some Anglos that are out here spit like Marjorie Taylor Greene. She done turned on Meg. I was like, what? Not Marjorie Taylor Greene, child. I don't know if she got on some meds or something. I don't know what the hell happened to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Because, honey, she was a number one Trump fan, and now she is not. I was like, go, girl. She done flipped and changed on his ass. I was like, bitch, you go, girl. You better work it, girl. Okay? Do you watch Midas Touch on? I don't. I think I heard of them before. C Mac. Do they have some good stuff? But I don't. But if you think I should check it out, I will. I sure will. Mm. Yeah, and I know she can start talking about the insurance premium, but more than that, had to wake her up, Empress. It had to be more than that. We don't know what happened behind the scenes. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, we don't know what really went on, but whatever it was, honey, I was like, not Marjorie Taylor Greene, child. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. But I'm glad, it's a lot of them speaking out, and that's a good thing. And they should be on the front line themselves because of the system of white supremacy racism, right? I don't care how much they want to act like they're victims. If you are Anglo, you are, whether you thrive as it pertains to the system of white supremacy racism or not, that is on you because you have every entitlement, right? Because you are protected under the system of white supremacy racism. And for you not to be doing good, that's a you problem. That's not a DEI problem. That's a you problem. But don't try to blame it on black people. That don't make no sense. you know. Is that right, Miss Queenie? But for as long as they can blame shit on us, then that means they don't have to be held accountable, held to hold themselves accountable for their own dysfunction, okay? For their own madness, for their own bloodlust, okay? For their own racism, right? And so now, since it ain't nobody to check them, you seeing how they really feel about you. But when I was doing videos about this, years ago, they was calling me racist. I was doing the racist because I was talking about how racism works in this country. They were calling me racist. Okay, so I wonder how they feel about me now, since they seeing it for themselves. Okay, am I the one that's racist? Is that me really? Okay. Hey, Yolanda said, hey, Miss Olivia, that plump monster, great. So my every nerve, child. You nailed with the OGB. Thank you. That the beats them. I miss the good old days too. That's right, Yolanda. But yeah, he get on my last nerve too. Just turn this country down bit by bit, piece by piece. You know what I mean? And so yeah, but it's gonna be up to them to stop what's going on. But it's out of order. It's out of control, and they want black people to engage so bad. They are trying everything, but we are not engaging because we are not supposed to. This is not our fight, okay? This is a them problem, not a us problem. Honestly, of course, yes, it impacts us all. But if we get out there and start marching in the streets and engaging, that's what they want. That's what they want right there. What they gonna do? Stick the dogs on us again? Hold us even harder? What do the mace? I mean, like, what happened? Can you imagine if we were to get out of the streets en mass and peacefully start protesting against this government, against authoritarianism? Can you imagine what would happen to melanated people? It will be worse than when our elders were fighting for our civil and human rights. It will be worse because if you just listen to those text messages that were leaked, you can tell it will be worse. That's what they want to happen. That is why I am glad we are not engaging in mass. We are not supposed to be on the front line. Okay? Because there will be your excuse to impose nationwide martial law. Because that's what he want to do. So he can suspend the election. Okay? But then but the people it's not, the worst person up there in that White House is not even Trump. That is not the worst people up there are those people that are behind him, like J.D. Vance and that Stephen Miller, that whole little crew, that younger crew. See, really, Trump ain't nothing but an old racist bigot from the past that really want to make America into a 19th resegregated America. Okay, they want to bring that sort of thing back. For because of insecurities, in my opinion, right? But that is, and he worried about something like the Nobel Peace Prize because Obama got it. You up there taking credit for Israel and Hamas for the ceasefire, but then you are anti-Semitic your own self, okay? And you got your daughter married to a Jewish person, what's named Jared Kushner, you know. And so I guess that's why he's trying to do whatever it is he's doing or saying whatever he's saying. That's just like the rappers used to love him some Donald Trump. They thought that was his boy. This whole time he can't stand y'all ass, okay? Rump knows that he doesn't have long. He's old. Yeah, he is old. And they send him up. Yeah, they see what they doing is they letting him do this, all of this in his name. See, they doing some sneaky shit behind the scenes that honey he don't even know about. Okay, because I do think he got, he's in cognitive decline. You can tell. You can tell. And he's embarrassing this whole country. But them evil mofos, the one that write these messages like the ones I just showed y'all, those are the ones that's really in charge. Okay? Those are the ones talking about something we want to see people burn and all of this. That is horrible. That is horrible. They have set the madness free. If, like I said, if that ain't some old antichrist spirituality going on, they got the antichrist spirit on them thick. We love Hitler. I'm like, wow. Excuse me? You love who? Child. But anyway, I want to show y'all that channel. I've been almost 2 hours. Child, y'all know I don't need a panel, right? That's why my channel is not. I guess it's not. It's hopping in some other channels because I don't need a panel. Okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. hmm Trump is going to take it out on everyone who, I guess he does not. I guess if he doesn't get the Nobel Prize, I think that's what you're saying. They got this big old dollar sign on here to get on my nerves, right? But yeah, he throw his little tantrums when he don't get what he want. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But did y'all know that he's patting himself on the back, for bringing peace back to the Middle East? Okay, quote unquote. You still got Israel, firing on the Palestinian people. Okay, so it's still going on. You know, so did you? I mean, and this fight has been going on for centuries. So I mean, it'll flare up, it'll go down, it'll flare up, it'll go away. You know, say the flames have been extinguished. For right now, 15, 20 years. It might last for 15, 20 years. It's gonna flare up again. It's been going. It's a form of a holy war, right? They're not never gonna let them people live in peace on that Gaza Strip. They're not never gonna do that. But then you got the terrorist organization Hamas, stirring up the tea, stirring up the drama, and that don't make no sense because they know they can't really, they cannot handle uh the Israeli forces. They know they can't. So you done got your peoples, the whole Gaza Strip. It looked like a post-apocalyptic, outer structures or on the ground, the living spaces. And they said it's gonna take billions upon billions of dollars to rebuild the Gaza Strip. Who's gonna do that? That don't make no sense. But anyway, it's just something to think about. I had to keep it real for a minute, y'all. I know we don't like to have these conversations over here, but child, times is perilous, okay? But that's why I go for that drama, that I Hip News and a couple of the other ones over there. I go straight over there to find out the tea, okay? Because especially that I Hip News, them white women be give me my whole life, okay? Every time they say cankles and them little pet names that they done gave the police, baby. And what do they call Mike Johnson? They call him, girl, they got all kind of nicknames for them over there. I'll be like, oh my God. I've been getting my whole life off of them women. Okay, baby. Y'all need to go check them out, okay? No human can end that war, right? That started that started BC, didn't it? Yeah, absolutely, yes, it did, absolutely. And they're really fighting about the Gaza Strip, that little strip of land. That's what they're fighting about. And they ain't the only ones that fought about it, you know. And so yeah, but those are videos for other days, Yolanda. But I agree with you, absolutely. Absolutely. And it didn't make it so bad when it comes to the Palestinian this time and the Israelis fighting about the Gaza Strip, that little strip of land, which is historically and ancestrally the kingdom of Judah or Judea, whichever one you want to call it. The people that really, the indigenous people to that land are not even there, and those are the original Hebrews. Okay, which have olive colored skin like ours, okay? Because they go olives start out green and they turn something else but when they get to the deep olive color they turn black, right? That is the color that is the color of the people that inhabited ancient Judea or Judah. The Gaza Strip is what they call it today. And that is what they're fighting over. And when it comes to those Ashkenazis, that are up there, inhabiting Israel, those people are converts. They are not the true Jews. They are converts from the Caucasus Mountains around and through there. Okay? That's what they are. But like I said, those are videos for other days, you know. And so, yeah, I gotta go. Anyway, I've been on for 2 hours. Thank you guys for listening to me. I could have that conversation about real world politics. I could go another hour about that. Thank you, Yolanda. But I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for being so interactive. Please go back and be a part of the replay game for the mess, honey. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed the receipts that I showed y'all today. I did that. I showed these receipts for a reason. Okay. I don't play crazy games with people. Okay. Because, like what they say, when you play crazy games, you get crazy prizes. But everything I do is intentional and for one reason or other. Okay. And the reason why I wanted y'all to know what was really going on about that situation when it came to that sector over there is because that sector don't have no chill, in my opinion. Right? Why would everybody know that the Oracle is going to do her commentary? Why are you, like taking it there with somebody like me? Because I'm not invested. Like I'm the wrong person to be taking something like that to. And everybody should know that. I don't have nothing to do with that stuff, okay? I get my good little kiki and my good little ha ha, and I get my petty on about things that go on in the beef sector. Okay, I don't visit no other sector. Not about no drama. Like I said, I visit my the politics sector when I want to hear about politics, real world events, which we just talked about. When I want to hear the entertainment news, I go to the entertainment sector. I listen to people like Tisha Tales, Tasha K, Lovely T. You know what I mean? And everything. But as far as these other drama sectors like the Mo3 and the Umar and don't they got some other kind of channel called the Black Tea sector? I don't go there for tea. And then they got something called the Latrice Allen sector, some other sector. I don't go to these people's sectors. Uh-uh. No, it's just like I would go to I hip them two Anglo ladies over there and listen to the tea, about because they speak out. I'm in agreement with what they talk about concerning the POTUS, right? But you wouldn't see me over there at the white trash trailer park sector. Why? Because I don't know nothing about their drama. I ain't got no business over there. Okay. I don't do no other drama sector except the beef sector. All right. And the only reason why I had talked about it is because it's spilling over to this sector. And every time something like that happens, I will do a caution. Like I did my caution when it came to that other Death Star sector that try to infiltrate over here. Okay? I always do my caution. Now I told you, and if you choose to engage, that's on you. But I told you what the deal was, right? And then I also I got to remember too that I don't have a thin skin, right? A lot of these people, they real thin skinned, right? So I mean, I guess they really get offended by something that I said, and I don't know why, but I got a thick skin. I don't, my mind don't work like that. I don't have to be involved with what you involved with. It's not me. I'm not invested. I just do my commentary and move it right along. But anyway, I'm finna move it right along now. Thank you guys for joining me. I love you guys. Have a nice rest of your Wednesday, honey. I love you guys in the way that Christ loves you. Y'all, please hit the like button going out the door. Please share the video if you can. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. And I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Bye bye. Peace. Oh, and don't forget to be part of the replay game. Peace.